Some guys just have the ability to go back and play right away.
Yeah?
Some guys do.
Like a pain threshold?
Pain threshold. I know it's different in the playoffs. This next
Fred
gentleman,
VanVleet
I was just going to say, got cut and was back right away.
His face took a beating against Golden State.
Those are battle scars.
Got elbowed in the face. It wasn't a beating.
I think he broke his nose, knocked some teeth out, and everything.
It's the battle scars.
Yeah, you want those.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's get to the bottom of it, and let's find out exactly what kind of surgery he had to deal with after that. Here's Fred VanVleet. What's up, Fred?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing pretty well. Take us back to that. I think it was Game 6. You had the blood pouring down your face, and what kind of dental situation were you dealing with?
Yeah, actually, I think it was Game 4.
Game 4, okay.
Yeah, took a nice shot, chipped the tooth in half. Had to get stitches, so it was just a good elbow to the face, and ended up having to get a fake tooth and root canal and all that eventually, but it was all worth it.
Fake tooth?
Where'd you get the fake tooth from?
Well, the next day we flew home. I came right to the dentist, our team dentist, and they gave me a temporary, and that lasted me through the rest of the playoffs, and then I ended up getting more permanent solutions over the summer. So went to the dentist, more in the last 3 or 4 months than I have been in the last 3 or 4 years, but it ended up working out.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're looking right, especially with those rings now, man. What was
I want to ask one thing before we get into the ceremony. Did you guys have a meeting today or a practice? Did anyone wear that ring to practice?
There may or may not have been some staff members at the practice facility wearing the rings today. We had a light day. Come in, get your treatment, get some shooting in. So I'm not gonna say any names, but
no players though.
No, I haven't seen a player with it on today, but I definitely saw some staff with it on.
When do you think you're going to wear that ring again?
I don't know. It's so obnoxious. I don't know where you will wear it to. Hopefully I can wear it to the next time when we get another ring. I don't know. I don't know where else I will wear it to.
Don't you agree with my plan where you almost should get a secondary one that's normal?
Yeah, I think a lot of people will do that, all jokes aside. I think that they have some better options that you can wear more regularly. I mean, this thing is so big it doesn't even fit on your hand, right? Like it separates your fingers. And yeah, it's nice, though. It's a nice problem to have. I'm not complaining.
Can you confirm that outside of Kyle, none of you guys had seen pictures or videos of the rings?
Yeah, nobody saw anything. Kyle was kind of working behind the scenes to put his input into what it would end up looking like, and none of us players had seen it. And I didn't want to see it. I know that once it got finished, there's opportunities to see it, but I just wanted to wait until the ceremony to see it for the first time.
So you were trusting him. You put all your trust. The guys put all their trust in Kyle to design it. Like, what if it showed up and it was like
just garbage,
undesirable? Like, what the boys have stepped up and been like, Kyle, what are you doing to us here?
Yeah, we would have gave him an earful for sure, and we would have let him hear our grievances. He was bragging about it though for the last month and a half about how special it was. So I was getting a little worried because I didn't think it could live up to the hype, but he was right on point. It was an amazing ring.
With Fred VanVleet. So what's been the message from Nick Nurse? Is the message, hey, we got to put last season behind us, or do you use last season as an inspiration to go out there and try and do it again?
Yeah, a little bit of both. I think we understand that. I mean, what we did last year was pretty special, and I think for the guys that experienced that, I think you should take that and propel it and use that momentum to launch you into the new year. But also understand it's a completely different team. It's a new year, and we have to go and attack a new season and attack a new title. So I think it's a little bit of both. And we've been doing a good job of managing all of that stuff and just trying to figure it out. But I think last night was a good start for us, and we have to put together some good stretches, and we have a good chance.
Your backstory is one that is well noted. I mean, we know you were, an undrafted guy. You had to battle. You started in the G League. You made your way up. You were part of the bench mob a few years ago. You win a ring. You got a vote for MVP in the finals. but last night you got the start. How gratifying was that to get the start last night and be a potential starter throughout the season?
Yeah, I don't put a whole lot of stock into it. I mean, it's nice. I think that it's a sign of respect and a sign of trust from the coaching staff that they trust me to be out there and that I'm one of the, top 5 to 7 guys. So I take that. But, I've been coming off the bench, the last 3 years, so it doesn't really matter where I start. I usually just focus on if I'm in at the end of the game. I really put a lot of stock into finishing the game. And if you're out there to finish the game, a lot of times that's more important than starting.
With Kawhi moving on, it appears as if the playbook now is wide open. Pascal went off big last night. You had yourself a massive night offensively. Does it feel that way for you, that it's a real opportunity for yourself and some of the other guys who have been around for a while to kind of find their rhythm and play a bigger role in the offense? Yeah.
I mean, we lost quite a bit of offense between Kawhi and Danny, and really no other guy to fill that void. I know from going from DeMar, who was one of the best scorers in the league, at least we replaced them, with Kawhi and Danny, somebody who could pick up the slack. But losing those two, we didn't really add another focal piece like that, so it kind of gets dispersed throughout the offense and get to focus on ball movement and player movement and just spreading the ball around and, seeing who it finds. And last night it found me and Pascal, and it'll be nights where, it's any guy's night, and we all got to be okay with that.
Has Siakam started spending that max money yet?
No, he doesn't get it until next year, so he's still.
He can get an advancement on that, though. He can find money.
Starting to plan some things.
He's still a cheapie. He's still on our tab until the summertime. So he's got 2 years of catching up to do.
Yeah, he'll get there at some point. Exactly. I hope. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on what turned out to be obviously a great night. The ceremony beforehand, you guys get yourself a win in overtime, and we really appreciate you finding time for us this afternoon. Thank you, Fred.
No doubt. Thank you, guys.
There's Fred VanVleet. Got himself a ring. He said it's incredibly obnoxious,
yeah,
the size
I love
of
the
that
word
ring.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
I love that.
It perfectly defines
it does.
all of these championship rings.
Yeah, just not that one, all of them, but I love the fact that he was like, yeah, it's quite obnoxious.
It's obnoxious.
He said there's an option. They're going to have an option to get it.
Which is
normal,
cool.
I think that's cool.
Well, these guys have so much money, they can go out there.
Right.
They can make their own.
Make their own.